You allow everything, you accept everything, whatever they say you do, you accept. They tell you to walk around naked, you walk around naked. They tell you to walk around with anything and do whatever they want you to do. You become like a dog who's in love with the world, in love with his own master. And everything is to make his master happy. Today we are warning you that one day you will look at your money. You will not see it. They will take it by the click of a mouse. And everybody is running through the same thing. They forget that the majority of the people have no bank account. And they forget that even those that have bank accounts do not have that kind of resources. And they forget that taking money from people could cause them to lose their life, could cause them to die in the hospital, could cause them anything. And then you take the money and you come. Hypocrisy. That's what the passage today is about. Hypocrisy. Pretending to be who you are not. Acting as if you are something that you are not. Deceiving and manipulating people and make it look so good. And so that they will not know because of their ignorance. Because of a particular design. Imagine now God interfering in some of the things that you've been trying to do and can do. Imagine that continues for a generation and generations more. You make your plan and God will forestall it, like he's been doing sometimes, just to give you a hint, an idea to help you, to juggle you, to help you, to endear you, to draw you near and closer to him, for you to see that he has the power to do anything beyond what your mind can ever fathom or imagine. Talking about a world as if the world is as you defined it in the lies and your science that is always, most of the time, faked. You must ask yourself to think yourself and naturally, for one, be honest with yourself. That is the beginning of the season. That this is a season that you be honest with yourself, to ask yourself, why are you a Christian? What makes you a believer? Why do you preach what you preach? Why do you stand where you stand? And for you, the soldiers, you know, if you come to our church because you just want to go to church or because it's a church, you are not a member of the soldiers. And there are some of you that don't come to our church because you are not a Christian, you are not a believer. And you have no interest in becoming a believer. Instead, an agent of Satan that is being used to distract and tempt those that want to be like Christ, as the scripture have called us to be like him. You cannot be a Christian and continue to do and live in the same sin over and over. You are an unbeliever. You are not the one that decides whether you are a believer or not. God does so by his spirit. You cannot take exam and mark your own result and pass yourself and become and expect that that can stand for any university or any school of thought. Somebody else who has the authority and the power we have to vet you. Vet your knowledge, vet your membership, vet everything you are. I cannot claim to be a citizen of this country if this country had not granted me citizenship, and my proof is in my passport. That's what shows that I am an American to anybody that I want to prove who I am. What is in your passport, and which passport do you have? Is it a passport to heaven or a passport to hell? I will end my scriptures and I'll round up my scriptures and I'll take you to the book of 1 Timothy. I want to take you to the book of 1 Timothy. In the book of 1 Timothy, the word of the Lord, from verse 6. 1 Timothy chapter 1 from verse 6. For some men straying from these things have turned aside to fruitless discussion, wanting to be teachers of the law, even though they do not understand either what they are saying or the matters about which they make confident assertions. But we know that the law is good if one uses it lawfully. Realizing the fact that law is not made for a righteous person, but for those who are lawless and rebellious, for the ungodly and sinners, for the unholy and profane, for those who kill their fathers or mothers, for murderers and immoral men, and homosexuals, and kidnappers, and liars, and perjurers, and whatever else is contrary to sound teaching. According to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, with which I have been trusted, the Lord Himself is the one that has called you this hour in the word that you have received. And as I give you some more words, and I leave more words because I don't want to leave you today only talking about the secular authorities and powers, but I also want to bring up the issue of Trump. We want Trump to think about what he's been losing. The past week, it was a panicky week where he had to raise over $400 million. And the threat to his empire and all his life work was threatened before the appeal court stepped in to lessen the burden upon him. Former President Trump should think about Mitch McConnell. Yes, he's an old man, and they wanted to continue to control and do things their old ways. They did not recognize that the season has changed. Or even if they recognize it, they thought they would take things back, just like those in Nigeria. Their politicians and the criminal enterprise that is governing them have always thought and believed that they're going to destroy the young people and their future and continue to do the same things over until they saw they couldn't. And their president had to start to think about how to hold people accountable, to look at where to recover money in order to function for him to even do anything. And I know